You should all know that the LGBT community has had no better ally since June of 1987, when on her very first day in office, Speaker Pelosi co-sponsored a non-discrimination bill for a Civil Rights Act amendment to prevent any sort of discrimination against lesbians and gays. And that same year, when 60% of the population did not believe that it should even be legal for gay people or same-sex relationships to be in a relationship, never mind marriage, she marched on Washington to support an LGBT rally. Please welcome Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
Hello, hello, everyone. Good evening. By now you know this is a working farm and people have tasks. I know that Joe Kennedy is here with you in spirit, and hopefully he'll be able to get over here by the time the markup ends, but he has been a real leader and forming the Transgender caucus task force, and then being having the legislation on the floor last week. It was so important. He's always been about equality, fairness, and dignity. Thank you for your very kind words of welcome. It is for me, people say of me, oh, it's easy for you, you're from San Francisco, people are so tolerant there. I said, well, it is easy for me, but don't use the word tolerant around me because it's a very condescending word to me. It's not about tolerance, it's about respect, it's about taking pride. And we take in pride in Captain Jennifer Peace. Thank you so much for your courage. Captain Peace was one of my transgender guests at the State of the Union address. We were all in tears after the speech because it just didn't show respect. And the fact is that our transgender members of the military, they participate in a higher number with great courage, great dignity, and respect by other members of the military. The ban, we thought we were rid of all that stuff during the Obama administration under the leadership of President Obama. The ban is an act of cruelty. But you know all of that. What I do want to though is thank all of you and thank Captain Peace for this. I heard someone say yesterday, nothing conveys information more than telling your story. And you can talk about statistics and history, but telling your story. And it takes real courage and generosity of spirit to tell your story. And your story has the power, the eloquence, to reach people in their hearts and to also change their minds. And that's a beautiful, patriotic service to our country in so many ways. I get on the emotional side when it comes to this because it's some of the same people who are participating in the acts of cruelness pass themselves off as very religious people. And you're like, how could you be a religious person who has a person of faith, who believes in God and that we're all God's children, and there's a spark of divinity in each and every one of us, and yet, and I'll just tell you something, Colonel Peace, forgive me, Captain Peace, it's so self-serving. When we were doing the hate crimes legislation under the leadership of Barney Frank, when he was here, and Matthew Shepard's mom, and all of that, we were having some little challenges. And they came to me and they said, you could get this passed. I told you it was self-serving. I put up that sign, right? You can get this passed in 1 minute if you take out transgender as a hate crimes bill. I said, why would you even say that to me? We're not passing it in 100 million years if transgender isn't in there. That's the important, probably the most important part, the most vulnerable now community that we are addressing. And our members really came through. Matthew Shepard's mother, the sheriff from Laramie County came and said, you know, the people that you worry about, who law enforcement, that's who I am, but this story changed my mind, and I'm going around the country telling Matthew's story. So thank you again. Because stories, they just rule. And again, as much as we can document and give the statistics and all the rest, nothing is more authentic, is more convincing, more eloquent, more persuasive, stronger than you, Captain Peace. Thank you so much for allowing me to come say something to you. And thank you all. Thank you all very much. These people are going to be relics in the dustbin of history. They just don't know it. So our deal is, to us, it is inconceivable. To them, it is inconceivable. To us, it is inevitable. So we have to shorten the distance between the inconceivable to some and the inevitable to us. Thank you for shortening that distance. Thank you, Captain Peace.